Hey there, this is Maria from English Without Fear. Are you ever late? Do you arrive late to work or school, or are you late for an appointment? Listen today to why this woman in this story was late and what she told her boss.
English Without Fear, where you can learn to speak English naturally through listening to stories.
Yes, this is a story about a woman who was late to work. This lady's name is Lynda Tennant, and she lives in Georgia. Georgia is a state in America in the southeast. Lynda lives in a rural area. What does rural mean? Rural means that she lives not in a city, not in a big town. She lives out in the countryside where there are lots of farmers' fields for growing food and lots of woods or forests where there are trees and animals. Last week, when Lynda was driving her car on the way to work, she stopped at a gas station in order to put gas in her car. She needed gas to get to work. So what happened to Lynda at this gas station? As she was holding the hose and the nozzle so the gas could go into her car, as she was holding that, and as she was looking at the big gas pump, which recorded how much fuel, how many gallons were going into her car, as she was looking at this, all of a sudden, something or somebody hit the back of her head. Lynda was shocked. She was startled. She said she thought, "What was that? Is somebody trying to rob me? Is somebody trying to steal my purse or my car?" As she was thinking this, and as she was rubbing the back of her head, she looked up and saw a deer, an animal, a deer from the woods, jump over the car and land on the other side of her car, right there in the gas station. Yes, that deer had run from some woods, from some trees, jumped over Lynda and her car, and when the deer jumped over Lynda, the deer's front legs hit the back of her head. Lynda saw the deer land on the other side of her car, but it took her a few seconds to realize, to understand what had happened. There was no robber, no person, no man or woman was trying to steal her purse. Nobody was trying to steal her car, but a deer had just hit the back of her head. That's unusual. That is strange. Oh, by the grace of God, Lynda was not hurt badly, but I bet she had a headache for the rest of the day. Anyway, she finished filling her car, and she got into her car and she drove on to work. I don't know if she was late to work, but if she was, I can imagine, I can picture the conversation that her boss and she had. her boss might have pointed to his watch and said, "Lynda, you are late for work. Why are you late?" What do you think the boss thought when Lynda said, "Oh, I'm sorry, but the reason I'm late is I was gassing up my car and this deer jumped over me and my car and the deer's front legs hit the back of my head"? Do you think the boss would have believed Lynda? It sounds strange, doesn't it? But here's some good news. The gas station keeps a camera and records video all the time. So if somebody robs a gas station, they can see. And the gas station camera recorded the whole scene of the deer jumping over Lynda and jumping over Lynda's car and the deer hitting the back of her head. So if her boss doesn't believe her, Lynda has proof. That was very unusual, don't you think? Well, what about you? Have you ever been late to a party, to work, school, a doctor's appointment? Tell me about it. Leave me a comment below this video. And remember, if you're a teacher, tutor, or coach of some English language learners and you would like the transcript to this video story today, then go to my website, www.englishwithoutfear.com. You'll see a link to sign up for my newsletter by providing an email address. When I have your email address, then every time I create a video like this, there will be a transcript, and I will send you out an email with the link to the video, and right below it is the transcript. And I also provide some ideas about how you can use this video in your class or in your tutoring. Well, that's it for this episode. This is Maria from English Without Fear. Talk to you next time.
Thanks for watching. For questions or comments, here's my email